They told us that forest isn't just old, it's alive. But when we, a group of college friends, planned a weekend camping trip out there, we had no idea that at 2 a.m. the screams wouldn't just come from the wind, but from deep beneath the ground. And those screams weren't just from people who had already died there. They came from the ones still alive, who had already been through that forest and never really came back. I can never forget that night, when the 5 of us, Ethan, Zane, Tyler, Logan, and me, planned the camping trip deep into the northern forests of New Hampshire. This place wasn't marked on any official trail maps, just an old abandoned route and a few vague warnings on obscure internet forums. Warnings we laughed off, thinking they were just urban legends. The moment we stepped out of the car, the air hit different. Not cold like temperature, but cold like something was watching us. Ethan joked, "Dude, if we run into any ghosts, don't forget to ask for their Wi-Fi password." We laughed, but right after he said it, the wind felt colder, like something heard him. We set up camp by a lake. The trees were so thick daylight barely got through, and at night, even our flashlights seemed scared to go too far. It was late. The campfire crackled. Logan was telling a creepy Reddit story. Everyone laughed, but my eyes kept drifting into the woods, searching. Then I heard something. Soft, like someone dragging their feet through dirt. "Might be a raccoon," Zane said casually. But I could tell even he didn't believe that. The sound, it was too heavy to be an animal. Too human, but broken, like someone limping. I grabbed my flashlight and moved toward the woods. Fresh drag marks in the soil, like something or someone had been pulled. The weird part? The ground was damp, even though it hadn't rained in 3 days. Tyler followed me. "Dude, let it go, you're overthinking." I came back, but something had shifted. The fire still burned, but Ethan sat silent across from it, staring into the dark, not blinking. "Ethan, you good?" He finally whispered. The ground moved. Just now, I could feel it. We all laughed it off, until he did something weird. He placed his hand on the dirt by the fire, then yanked it back. This soil, it's warm. Warm? On a freezing night? No sun for hours? Logan touched it too, then Tyler. They looked just as freaked out. The dirt felt like it was body temperature, and it was gently vibrating, like something was breathing underneath. That night, Ethan vanished. In the morning, his tent was open, all his stuff still there. Sleeping bag, empty. No signs of a struggle, just silence. Except the ground under his tent was warmer than before. We searched the entire area, yelling his name, calling for help, but the woods only gave us one thing in return: silence. And in that silence, sometimes a faint scream. Not from the wind, from beneath the ground. Tyler said we should pack up. Logan was on the verge of panic. Zane said nothing, and me? I just stared at the soil beneath Ethan's tent. There, half buried in the dirt, was an old, charred notebook. Inside it, a single sentence. "If you hear the scream, don't run, or it'll pull you in too." Logan immediately shut the journal. "Someone's messing with us," he said, but there wasn't an ounce of confidence in his voice. Tyler tried flipping through the next section of the journal, but the pages were scorched. Some words barely legible, like blue mark, inverted tree, and a date, October 18, 1973. That date was exactly 50 years ago today. At that moment, the ground started breathing again, but this time, it wasn't just the soil shifting. The campfire flickered, and the wind completely stopped. I pressed my hand against the earth. This time, the vibration was stronger, like something was moving below us, or like there was a passage underneath. and something always walked through it. Logan screamed, "We need to leave. Now." We all grabbed our bags, but when we opened the GPS, something was off. Only one point flashed on the screen, a black dot deep in the woods. All the trails seemed to merge toward it, like the forest itself was whispering, "These are the only paths, and this is the only destination." Zane asked, "Do any of you remember how we even got here?" No one did. Just a vague memory, and even that now felt unfamiliar. Tyler said, "We'll follow the GPS. See that black dot? Let's head there." We walked for 30 minutes, then 45, and then we saw it. An upside-down tree, literally inverted, roots pointing skyward, and the trunk buried in the ground. Like the forest had spat something out, in reverse. The soil beneath it was a little disturbed, and right there, something emerged. A human foot. Just a foot. The rest of the body still buried, and the foot was twitching. Tyler stumbled back. Logan screamed. Zane just stood there, his eyes locked in a trance. He began whispering, "The screams, they're entering me now." I shook him, trying to snap him out of it, but he just kept staring at that inverted tree. Then he said, "I can hear them now, the ones who are still alive, but are beneath." Suddenly, a part of the ground collapsed, and Logan fell in. It happened in a second. His scream echoed into the air, and then silence, like the forest had swallowed him. Now we were just two, me and Tyler. Zane was still in his trance, and one phrase kept repeating on his lips, "Blue mark, blue mark, blue mark." I grabbed him, shook him, yelled, "Where's Ethan? Where's Logan? What's happening to you?" But Zane looked straight into my eyes and whispered, "You were already down there. Don't you remember?" I backed away. "Down there?" He just smiled, a twisted, eerie smile, like all this was familiar to him, like he became Ethan, or Ethan entered him. That's when another scream echoed from below. But this scream, it was mine, and it was calling me. I moved just to check if I was still here, or already somewhere else. But when I looked down at my hands, they were covered in dirt, and on my shirt were claw-like marks, like someone had tried to pull me down from the inside. Tyler was just staring at me, but there was no panic on his face, only this quiet, eerie stillness. Then he asked softly, "How long have we been here?" I was about to answer, but then it hit me. I had no idea, not even a clue. Then Tyler pointed toward the dirt where Logan had fallen, but now there was just a hole, and that hole was breathing, literally. A faint inhale and exhale, like something beneath the ground was alive. Zane was still standing nearby. His eyes were closed, and on his hands, that blue mark had fully formed. The same one from the journal, the one no one understood. Tyler walked up to him, and the moment he touched Zane's shoulder, Zane's eyes opened, but the pupils were reversed, as if he was staring into something that didn't belong to this world. He whispered just one sentence, "They're calling me from below, and I belong to them now." Then he walked into the hole. No scream, no hesitation, like he wasn't human anymore, just a memory returning to where it came from. Tyler looked at me. "It's just us now, but I'm not going. My part's done." I froze. "What are you talking about?" He looked straight into my eyes. "I was the first one. Back in 1973, I never made it out. But every 50 years, this forest gives me new memories. This time, it was you." I stepped back. "What is this? Some kind of experiment?" He just said, "This forest is old, but it's hungry too. And you're its next story." Then he pushed me. I fell into the hole. But down there was no darkness. There was another forest, an upside-down one, trees hanging like ropes, roots in the air. And below me were only eyes, thousands of them, and every single eye belonged to someone who came here and never made it out. I screamed, louder than I ever had, but my voice only echoed inside my own head. Then I remembered the line from the journal. "If you ever hear a scream, don't run, because if you do, it'll pull you in too." But now, I was the scream, and someone else, above, was probably hearing it now. Like the forest's curse had moved on to its next group, and me, I was just another scream, echoing beneath the ground. That's when someone looked down from above. A new face, new voices, another group of friends, laughing, saying, "Dude, this forest is the perfect spot for a weekend camping trip." And from deep below, I screamed. I screamed with everything I had left inside me, hoping that this time someone would hear me.